Hello class, US 101, welcome to week 15. You're already in the middle of week 15. And so I just wanted to touch base with you guys and say, here we are. I mean, this is the main chunk of work really left to do, and then there's the final. And so if there's any questions about your grade, let me know. I want to remind you something. In the grade book, I don't know why this has been a problem for me. Canvas, I will take each class from each semester and kind of switch it over into the next semester empty, or supposedly empty. And sometimes I have to rearrange the modules depending on if they give me a late start class or something. And so if you look in your grade book, you're going to notice that there's assignments that you didn't do and you might start to freak out. Don't worry about those. The only assignments that you ever had to do were the ones that were mentioned in your module for each week to do, okay? Now, I need to go look through all the grade books, but some of you, what I do want you to do is, this would be a good time for you to look at your grade book. And if you see that you didn't do a work for a required assignment, and somehow it didn't get a 0 or a grade, keep in mind that that's acting like that you really have like an A, and I'm going to have to go look through the grade book, and if I see that, I have to put a 0, and it'll drop your grade down. And so you need to be aware of that. And so I'm going to try to get on top of that. I want you to try to get on top of that, just so you can see where you're at now, if you want to have a better understanding of where your grade's at, okay? And so I just want to say, I mean, look, you know, I really kind of made a strong emphasis about the point of slavery and the U.S. Civil War. And I hope that that's now something clear for you, and it's something that you would be able to tackle in a discussion or a debate with somebody about. And the reason is I think that it's really... you know, I'm your history professor, and history matters. And the fact that we as Americans don't even agree or come to an understanding on one of the most crucial and relatively recent dramatic events in our history is disturbing. And I think that it shows why there really is not a United States right now in actuality, right? Because if you don't have a common understanding about how the world works and how your own country works and how things developed and why things are the way that they are, it's going to make sense that there's going to be no common ground, no understanding when it comes to political discourse. And so I can't stress that enough. And again, what I pointed out, and I just want to reiterate, when I said, remember, the Civil War is not about racism, what I mean is both sides were extremely racist. It's just that the North and the South weren't having a battle over ideas about race. They were having a battle of ideas about slavery. And when slavery gets abolished, white America pretty much walks away from feeling the need to resolve the issue of race. It's not about creating genuine equality. And that's why I see the cat in the back. Anyways, it's you know, one professor I had for the Reconstruction called it the counter-revolution. And essentially, in some cases it becomes worse for blacks in the South because they don't even get housing and shelter provided, and they're expected to fend for themselves, but being treated essentially the same way they were before. And so, I don't know, like, you know, I just want... The thing that's important to understand, and, you know, I try to be neutral on a lot of what I talk about, but, you know, it's really naive when white Americans or white Europeans say that everybody needs to get over it and everything's different now. It's not really. There's certain things that are. But if you say that, I don't think you've been getting around everywhere. And and I'm not saying that to attack anybody's politics or person per se. I'm not trying to promote a particular political agenda. I'm trying to deal with actual reality. That's what my job I try to do, right? I'm here in the Netherlands, and like I showed you, I don't know if all of you saw the clip, that they do blackface. There's a black servant, and a white person puts on black makeup to be Santa's black helper, Black Pete. And now that Christmas is here and I'm watching this in the Netherlands, it's so disturbing. And I'm going down to the cheese guy, or my favorite cheese spot downstairs, about 3-second walk away. And he's got this very black caricature face with red lips and big lips, Black Pete, right on the door you go in. It just really bothers me. There was a restaurant, a very cool pub that I wanted to go to, and because I go there quite a bit, and there's all these white people in blackface there, and I was just like, I ain't going. I'm not going in. It's like, ugh. And it's a debate here as well, culturally, within the Netherlands itself, because the context did come through the era of slavery, but they have a different context because they did most of their racial things in their colonies and not within the Netherlands itself, as a general rule. So it's like the people never really. It's like eating food, having meat, and not seeing like the process. You feel me? So I don't know. I just want us as Americans to just be into reality, because then I think our politics are going to be better. And that's just, so this is what we're just covering here: the Civil War, the lead up to the Civil War, the whole thing. It just know what actually happened, and then take whatever politics you want out of it. That's up to you. If you need anything, let me know. Be in contact with me, and we'll be in touch. I hope you're having a great week.